See if I can get this just a little bit better as people start to populate in here. I'll make a high protein breakfast. You guys may have heard me mention from time to time that I like to make protein pancakes for my kiddos, and this is just something that I wanted to do. Show you guys some options that way when you're going on a diet or whatever, you don't have to give up the joys in life, and you can actually have some pretty high protein options. So, all right, if I had been smart, I would have had those pre-opened and it would have been all Rachel Ray and had all my stuff ready to go. Um, recipes in the description. You can screenshot that if you want, all that good stuff. But it's 4 eggs. All right, there we go. And let me get the egg juice off my hands. All right. Then see, about 3.5. Shalom, Medic Mouse. How are you? Yeah, 4 eggs, 3.5 cups of milk. So go 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's about 3.5. Then let's see. Oh, about a cup of yogurt. And I'm never super precise with my yogurt measurement. I just throw what looks like about a cup. Sometimes it's a little bit heavier in there. A little heavier. It's just more protein, makes them creamier. So no complaints there. Yeah. Yogurt back. Eggs sit out anymore. Clean as you go, kitchen, right? All right, and then about 2 tablespoons of honey. I don't measure the honey. That's about 2 tablespoons, give or take. And other than the milk and yogurt sugar, the honey is the only other sugar that you're adding in there, which for a tablespoon, you're looking at 17 grams of sugar. So spread out between all of the pancakes, which this makes a lot. Spread out between all the pancakes, you're getting a pretty good even distribution of that sugar, and it's only a couple of grams per. So that's not bad. All right, let's lock that. Just get those wet ingredients mixed, and I'm gonna need another cup. let's see. Let's run that blur. Yeah, forgot. I need 3 tablespoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at that. Perfect shot. And then I don't measure out my salt. It says half a teaspoon. I usually just, that looks about right. So you can see some of these things I'm being super precise with, others not so much. All right. Flour, 3 cups. One. You can see how precise I'm being with these cups of flour. 2. Mix that up. Put those out of the way. I'm going to do a cup of protein powder, which ends up being about 4 of these scoops. I like Jocko. The first one makes some really good protein too. Just anything that's a high quality whey protein, you'll get what you need. Go. And we'll let the mixer do most of the work for that. That's good. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in here. I'm making 2 different ways. Make something that's a little bit more grab and go, and something that regular pancake. So all the good stuff. I personally like my pancakes dry or with a little bit of peanut butter on them. However, for those of you who like a little bit more traditional of a topping for a pancake but want some less guilt options, you can take peanut butter, protein powder, and yogurt, mix them together, and that makes a really good topping. Still gives you a little bit of the sweetness, but without a ton of guilt for all the high sugar stuff. They do have the sugar-free syrups. I don't trust those. Not really a big fan, but I know people who like them. You know, always take fruit. Mix that with yogurt if you want. And make a nice sweet topping. I like to set my pancake griddle for about 350, and I put my oven at about 375. That way I can bake those and have a whole lot of fun with them. And here's where stuff's going to get a little messy. And that's okay. All right. Batter's got a good flavor. And let's pour these in here. Make kiddos some really good breakfast. There we go. Pour those in. As you see, this makes a lot. So you can. I've got a half version of the recipe in there if you want, but I just kind of like meal prepping, especially with young kiddos who like to wake up early and want breakfast now. Just push all that around. My wife found these silicone molds at the grocery store, and they're pretty interesting. It took me a minute to figure out how to clean them accurately, but you actually just push the bottoms out, and then you can scrub around everything and then push it back in. And I was like, oh, that's a lot easier than taking a metal pan and then scrubbing it, and all that good stuff. So, push, push, push. I'm sure these are going to rise a lot higher than I wanted them to, but that'll make this all the more fun. So, got my oven set 375, and we'll put those in there and then see where this goes. That batter has good flavor. It's a hot oven. There we go. And let's try not to burn myself while I do this. There we go. All right. Then let's make it like this. Move you guys over here. Let's do that to clean my kitchen just a little bit. Make some pancakes. moment. And let me get out these things. Cool. More accurately. But yeah, just ASMR of pancakes. All that good stuff. Look at that. I'm actually gonna turn this down just a little bit. Drop it down to 325. You can do this on the stove and a skillet too. It just not as fun. There we go. I am actually looking at the screen now, so if people want to sound off and have a good lively discussion, we can just hang out, Q&A, talk about high protein foods. Shalom, Saucin. How are you? Just wanted to give you guys a really fun option for high protein breakfast, lunch. I mean, truck driver special, however you want to do it. But if you were trying to eat better, you don't have to give up on the good things. You just change the recipe a little bit. What's that looking like? Maybe. Let's see, maybe I can. Sometimes what I like to do with these is I take the Nathan's all beef hot dogs from Sam's Club and I will cut them up and do cows in blimpy blazers instead of these, instead of pigs in a blanket. Because my kiddos really enjoyed the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse series, and they had the whole blimpy blazer that they put the horse on when they were trying to get it off the barn. And I was trying to explain to my son what I was making, and he's like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Well, it's not a pig in a blanket because we don't eat pig. Like, so it's a cow in a blimpy blazer." And he's like, "Oh!" So my kids ask for them pretty frequently, and that's always a fun little crowd pleaser. Um, so same recipe, just take your all beef hot dog, cut it up, and dip it in pancake batter and go at it. So these things can get pretty versatile. It's probably about done. You can see there's just real science to this. You got to burn a few pancakes to figure out how to do it right, I guess. And not required, but I always like throwing them on a cooling tray so that way You can get air circulation around them, and when you stack them, they don't get all soggy. So, all that good stuff. Let's see if I can finish putting that on there and give you guys pancakes cooking. Here we go. And continue emptying the dishwasher. Shalom, everybody who's jumping in. You know, this reminds me of the all those videos that you look at and you're just like, why in the world would somebody watch this? And then you're 35 minutes into it and like, oh, just like, why would somebody watch pancakes cook? No, they're actually kind of soothing to watch. Brings back childhood memories. When I was little, on Fridays, I used to always stay with my grandmother, and she would make breakfast every day. And I grew up on Fridays just sitting on her kitchen counter, you know, helping her measure things out. And that was always a lot of fun. Pancakes brings back memories. Oh, they need to be washed again. Let's see what's in the oven. No, they're rising. That's good. Let me show you what I got in the oven real quick. Don't mind the dirty dishes. There you go. Look at that. All right. Jump back over here. Watch those pancakes bubble. Actually, it might be time. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Let's see if I can flip that. For those of you jumping in late, there's the recipe. It's also down in the description. But the whole batch is about 200 grams of protein. So Always hard to navigate around the camera. Check on those in the oven there. Still got time. And those pancakes should be about ready to go off. There we go. All right. Just one. This should be the last little bit, and then we'll go get the turkey bacon. There we go. Here. Start on that. You guys get to hear the lovely sounds of me putting dishes away while breakfast cooks. Multitask. That's the point, right? Those of you who are watching live, what kind of breakfast things do you like to cook? This recipe makes really good waffles, like no change, just toss it in the waffle maker. Uh, Makes really good, a wrap around an all beef hot dog. You can take turkey bacon, toss it in there. You take beef bacon, toss it in there, and oh my gosh, it just does such a good job. Sometimes when I do the beef bacon, I will uh, cook that up, and then with all of the grease that's still there, cook the protein pancakes right on top of that, and that tastes absolutely fantastic. But sometimes I'll take carved up steak and toss that in there and do like steak bite pancakes. Those are really good. These look like they're about to flip. There we go. Ah, there it is. All those little goodies. Let's see if we can push those in and let the what's in the oven. It's getting there. Getting there for sure. Those might be there. Ooh. Look at that. The mini muffin tin is still in need of a little bit more time. That should be good in a few minutes. It's hot. Lone Star Living. Is this first or second breakfast you missed 11 season afternoon tea? No, this is, I had time. So I'm just meal prepping for the days ahead. Lone Star Living, do your kiddos like pancakes? I made some pancakes too. Mine are also high protein, made of burger meat. That is 100% the best way to go. So my wife pointed out to me the other day, it's like, you can just toss the whole 2 pounds of burger meat in that pan and let it cook, and then you can cut it once it's done cooking. It takes less time. You're not fighting anything, and who cares if your burger's square instead of round? It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I married a smart woman. So we did that the other night, and it made some pretty good burgers. All right, those can go over here for the time being. Oh yeah, my daughter is a pancake fiend. Not sure it's the pancakes themselves or the butter and the syrup. Yeah, so I was saying earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of having stuff on my pancakes. I actually like mine dry, but mix a little bit of yogurt with the peanut butter, and then spread them on top of the pancakes if you got to have a topping. Um, you can also mix fruit with yogurt and put it on there, and that actually I think makes a pretty dang good little topping for pancakes, and then you're not dealing with a ton of sugar, fake sugars, whatever, from all the syrup, all the honey, all the, whatever. I mean, you can do homemade whipped cream if you actually get real milk and do that. So that's always an option. Maybe not necessarily the best, but it is a really good one. Especially if it's real milk, then you're actually getting protein in that whipped cream. Yeah, those should be, yeah. Oh, nice. For sure, we do 100% real maple syrup, which is not near as bad as that artificial stuff. Uh, yeah, raw local honey. Um, we do local honey, and sometimes it's raw. Uh, so it just kind of depends. Crunchy little bits. But yeah, those are ready. We will move on to the turkey bacon, which is kind of a consolation prize after you taste beef bacon. So put that in there. Those. Let's get the turkey bacon. Sam's Club uncured turkey bacon that's holds me over until my beef bacon order comes in. So that ASMR sizzle. Always awkward going around this camera. There we go. Let's see if those are ready. Yeah, they're ready. Turn that oven off. Look at those. They turned out pretty good. Oh man, look at that. That's good. Flavor to it. I can taste the vanilla from the protein powder. Yeah, relatively easy cleanup on that. Still hot. Oh, good. More time. move you so I can put some spoons back. All right, there we go. There's that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Should be about ready to flip. Ah, that's hot. There we go. Mm. And just like that, the dishwasher is empty. And it's actually ready to be filled again, but I'll handle that in a few minutes. I just want to show you guys this. It's just push them right out. Boom. There we go. That's better. Those are tasty. And let's get this last little bit. Turkey or beef bacon? Looks like turkey. It is turkey. And what did you say just a minute ago? Never do meal prep anymore when working from home. I understand that. It's technically not true. Once a month I buy chuck roll and mixtape. Yeah, that's its own kind of meal prep. I mean, because we usually get our beef about anywhere from 20 to 200 pounds at a time, and so that requires some level of prep. It's really good turkey bacon. And clean up on these trays is fun. You can just pull it out. You get to hear my T-Rex chewing, so all that good stuff. Ah, And that cleans up a lot better, especially when you can just push them out. So these trays aren't necessary, but they sure do make life nice. And let's bring that right around over here so you guys see. That's about what a full batch makes. Now I've eaten a couple, but I've eaten two of these, one of these. These are stacked two high, and then these pancakes are stacked three high. And just for reference, about the size of the palm of my hand on most of them. Some are a little bit bigger, but all in all, that's probably half a pack of turkey bacon. So, and Let's do some dishes. Good steward of our kitchen. The dishwasher. There we go. And this is another reason I like these, because you can push them and actually scrub them all the way around, which is super helpful. Go. Let's see if we can do this one real quick. Put that stuff for a little bit longer. This one off. Put that in. What they never show you on Rachel Ray or whatever, I don't know, any of these cooking shows, is the people actually having to do the dishes after they're done. If I can do this real quick. That one goes away. That's stuff in it. Let's try this over here now. A lot better than it was. It's good enough to go in the dishwasher for sure. It's like a giant doodad that you get to push all those through. What do they call those things that you give your kids that have the silicone poppers that you push through? So like a giant one of those, I guess. This one's about like the same. You just push those through, and kitchen gadgets entertaining, I guess. Push those back in. See, I got one of these things. Yeah, that is way better than it was. Dishwasher closed. And let's clean this thing up. Let's get that edge. There is that. And let's see, what am I? There's my books. Let's go up so you guys can see a little bit more. Needs to be cleaned. There we go. Okay. This one goes here. Here. Oh yeah. It tucks away, out of the way. Final shots. Those are really, really tasty for what they are. But a little over an hour to meal prep breakfast for the next week or so. I want to remind you guys in the community section of my channel, I have a recent post for a Q&A. If you guys want to type up a question, drop it in there, and I just give me some ideas for some future content that I'd like to do. If you liked this for whatever reason, if you think that I should make more like how to meal prep, how to cook for some healthier options, some higher protein options, that way you can enjoy life a little bit without having to give up some of the good things while you're looking for a healthier option. Let me know. Go do hard things. Shalom.